In this video, we're going to discuss something called a stem and leaf plot. A stem and leaf plot can be used for quantitative data again, and what it does is it again puts things in order and uses a different type of graphing system. It actually uses this vertical graphing system where we have stems on the left-hand side and leaves on the right-hand side. The leaf is that last number of our data. So this is strictly our last number, last digit. So in other words, it's the 7, it's the 6, it's the 2, it's the 7, that type thing. Okay? Those are our last numbers. And we want to put these in order. So to start out with, you can do this one of two ways. You can go through and put the data in order from least to greatest. That takes a little bit of time. Or you can go ahead and start out with your stems and notice that I've got anywhere from a 1 up to a 5 as my leading digit. So I'm going to have stems 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then for right now, this trial one, I'm just going to put 57, so a 7 goes over here. A 20, a 0 goes here. 27, 7 goes here. 16, an 11, a 12, a 29, a 39, a 45, a 52, a 58, a 15, 46, 27, 22, 21, 15. Notice I'm only putting the last digit over here. A 50, 16, 45, 20, 55, 12, and 31. So at this point we have a preliminary stem and leaf plot. So I'm going to make a note that this is not my final one. Okay? I have to put these leaves in order. It's just a way of helping me get things organized. And so I'm going to come over here to this final plot, and I'm still going to have the same stems, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to put the leaves. I'm going to put them in order from least to greatest. So I'm going to start with the 1, and then I have 2 2s. Then I have 2 5s. And then I have 2 6s. Now then this stem and leaf area is complete. I'm going to come back over here to the 2. Notice I put 2 2s, 2 5s, 2 6s down because I had 2 12s. One here, one here. I had 2 15s here and here. I had 2 16s there and there. So however many numbers I actually have in my data set, that's how many leaves I need. Just because they doubled does not mean I leave it out. Okay? So for the 2, I'm going to start with the zeros. And I'm going to have a 0 twice. And I'm trying to line them up underneath the previous one. I have a 1. I have a 2, I have 2 7s, and I have a 9. Okay, so actually in the 1 and 2 stems, I have the exact same number of leaves. Now for the 3 stem, I have a 31 and I have a 39. For the 40s, I have a 45, a 45, and a 46, still trying to line them up. For the 50s, I have a 50, I have a 52, I have a 55, a 57, and a 58. Okay, so now this is my final stem leaf plot. because I can also go through here and count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, which is how many original data points I should have up here. So I should have 24 as my N. That's how many leaves I end up having in my stem and leaf plot. There are things called where we have a back-to-back stem and leaf plot. So let me get one of those going up here. So a back-to-back stem leaf plot is where we have, let me draw this. Let me undo that. Okay, so back-to-back stem and leaf plot is going to have two sides where the stem is going to go in the center and we're going to have a leaf on both sides. Just like a tree stem, the leaf is going to go out from the stem. So on this side it's going to start with the smallest to the largest. On the left hand side it starts from the smallest being closest to the stem and going to the largest. So let me just give you an example of if I have 11, 11, 12, 14, and 19. On this other side I may have 11, 12, 15, and 18. Notice on the left hand side I actually started with the largest and went in, because the smallest numbers need to be next to my stem. Now, one thing I didn't discuss before because we didn't have this occur is if I have these 11, 12, 14, 19, and then I skip down and don't have anything until, say, 32, I can't just skip the stem of 2. I still have to put that 2 in there. My stems have to go in order from my first stem to my last stem without skipping anything. So even if I don't have any 20s and I have a 30, I'm going to put that 20 in there. And I may not have any 40s over here, but I may have a 42 and a 45 on the left side. Okay? And then I may only have a 50 on the right side. Notice I did not skip that 2. I can't leave it out. I also don't put a 0 here because that would indicate that I actually have a 20. The zeros indicate that number. So your stem has to go in order from your lowest stem to your highest stem without skipping any. Your leaf goes from your smallest leaf to your largest leaf. And it always starts from the stem out. So try a couple of stem leaf plots and let me know if you have any questions.